Hello and welcome to English for Everyone, where we practice real-life American English. Today we're going to learn some interesting expressions, so let's get started. Today we're learning different expressions that people use to say how much. How much does it cost? Or how much is it? These are the normal ways to ask the question, but there are some other ones. So if you want to know the price of something, the best way is how much is it? If it's one thing, you say how much is it? If it's two things, you say how much are they? This is the easiest and best way to ask for a price. You can also say, how much does it cost? This is good too, but it's more difficult. It has a difficult structure. Does it cost? It costs. Question, how much does it cost? It costs $3. Pronunciation is difficult too. So, the best is, how much is it or how much are they? Now let's learn some expressions. Let's look at a situation. A plumber is coming to your house and they're going to renovate your bathroom. They're going to remodel your bathroom. And they say, oh, we need to change the bathtub. The bathtub is old. We need to get a new one. And you think, oh, that sounds expensive. So you say, how much is that going to set me back? Or how much will that? How much will that set me back? That's a question for price. You're asking how much it will cost. How much will that set me back? How much is that going to set me back? And they don't answer it's going to set you back. They just say it's going to be $500. That's what they would say. That's how they answer. So the question, how much is that going to set me back? Or I can use will. How much will that set me back? Let's hear some examples.
How much will that set me back?
How much is it going to set me back?
And what would these services set me back?
Another situation. You walk up to the counter with the products that you want to buy. You put them on the counter. They ring up your products and you say, what do I owe you? What do I owe you? Why not how much? People say what? They say, what do I owe you? It's just a question for price. Normally owe is when you have debt. If I have credit card debt, I owe the credit card company. I owe the bank. There's no debt here. It's just an expression. So you can walk up to the counter and say, what do I owe you? And they don't answer, you owe me $5. No, they just tell you the price. It's going to be $5 or it's $5. So the expression is, what do I owe you? Let's hear some examples.
What do I owe you?
What do I owe you?
What do I owe you, Dick?
What do I owe you?
What do I owe you?
Another question we can ask when you want to know the price of something, you can say, what's the damage? Damage? Nothing is damaged. You're just buying something. You want to know the price. It's an expression. There's no damage. But we say, what's the damage? Asking for the price of something. The total price. You go to the register and you want to know the total price. You say, what's the damage? Let's hear some examples.
What's the damage?
What's the damage?
Yeah, so what's the damage here?
This'll do. What's the damage?
What's the damage?
15 cents.
So remember, the best way to ask for the price of something is to say, how much is it or how much are they, depending on if it's one or two. I would avoid how much does it cost. It's more difficult. And we learned the expressions. How much is that going to set me back? Or how much will that set me back? Or people can say, what do I owe you? Asking for the price, the total price. Or you might hear, what's the damage? Also asking for the total price. Thank you for watching, and keep watching for more useful expressions to improve your English. Today we're going to practice with some important vocabulary and clear up some confusion. So let's get started. So what's the difference between prefer and would rather? They both mean the same thing. When you have some options in front of you and you have to choose which one you want, you can use prefer or would rather. Example, the options are beef or chicken for dinner. I prefer to have chicken. What about you? Do you prefer to have chicken or beef? Very good. Or I can use would rather. What would you rather have, beef or chicken? I would rather have chicken. Or I can make the contraction. I would, together I'd. I'd rather. I'd rather have chicken. What about you? What would you rather have? Very good. So we see we can use them both the same when you have a verb, have. I prefer to have chicken, or I would rather have chicken. We see the difference. When I use prefer, I need to. I prefer to have chicken. But when you say would rather or I'd rather, we don't need to. I'd rather have chicken. So what's the difference? Well, if you don't have a verb and you just have an object, example, chicken, then we cannot use would rather. We have to use prefer. Example, I prefer chicken. You cannot say I would rather chicken. With would rather, we need a verb. And with prefer, we don't need a verb. I prefer chicken. So let's practice. What do you prefer? Chicken or beef? Very good. Now let's talk about the difference between prefer and would prefer, because we can say that too. I would prefer chicken, or I prefer chicken. What's the difference? When you say I prefer, you're speaking more in general. But if you say I would prefer, you're talking about right now. If someone gives you the option right now in this moment, I'm going to cook chicken or I'm going to cook beef. Which one would you prefer? I would prefer beef. We use this more in the moment. And if you say I prefer beef, it's more in general. So remember, you can use prefer and would rather when using a verb. They're both about the same. But if you don't have a verb and you only have a noun, use prefer. Do not use would rather. Today we're going to learn a great expression, so let's get started. Today we're learning this expression, in one fell swoop. This expression comes from Old English, but we still use it today. It's still a common expression. And what does it mean? It means when something is done in one single, quick action, and the results are big. When you do something in one fell swoop, it means you do it quickly in one action, but what happens because of it is big. It has major results. Example, he lied to his boss, and his boss knew it. So his boss fired him, and he couldn't get another job because he didn't have a good reference. It ruined his career. So I can say he ruined his career in one fell swoop when he lied to his boss. That one action had a major result. So I use the expression, in one fell swoop, he ruined his career. In that one action when he lied to his boss, it caused a lot of damage. So this expression is usually used for negative things, when someone does something and it has a major negative result. Let's hear some examples.
Because of your thug brother, in one fell swoop, you Gallaghers managed to ruin his whole future.
And then in one fell swoop, it was taken away from me.
Our agency's sole purpose is to care for senior citizens, and in one fell swoop, you have single-handedly destroyed our reputation.
In one fell swoop, you ruined my credibility and yours.
You know, in one fell swoop, you took away the woman I admired, the mother I knew, and the father I believed in.
So example, he lied to his boss, he got fired, and he couldn't find another job because of it. So did he ruin his career in one fell swoop? That's right, he ruined his career in one fell swoop. With one single action. He had major negative results. He ruined his career in one fell swoop. So remember the expression, if somebody did something in one fell swoop, it means they did it in one single action, and it had major results. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, subscribe to our channel. And if you want to become a member, click the join button. And we'll see you next time.